Ladies and gentlemen, gather around because it's time to dive into the latest drama involving everyone's favorite royal duo, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. I know you've been eagerly awaiting my thoughts on their latest antics, so get ready for a wild ride through the world of hypocrisy and delusion. But before we dig deeper, if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell ASAP. So, let's kick things off with the explosive news that's got everyone talking. Harry and Meghan are planning yet another world tour. Yes, you heard right, these two can't seem to decide whether they want to be in the spotlight or hide away, and now they're gracing us with their presence on the global stage once again. And where are they headed this time? Hold on to your hats, because they're taking their show to Colombia. Yes, that Colombia, known for drug cartels and high crime rates. Now, I don't know about you, but when I think of a relaxing vacation spot, Colombia isn't exactly at the top of my list. But who are we to judge? Maybe Harry's feeling nostalgic for his wild party days, especially considering his past admissions. Or perhaps he just misses the carefree life he had when making questionable decisions. But seriously, what are they thinking? They claim the UK is too dangerous for their kids, yet they're fine with gallivanting around a country notorious for its violence and drug trade. Make it make sense, people. It's as if they're living in an alternate reality, where logic and common sense no longer exist. Perhaps too much California sunshine has affected their thinking, or maybe they're lost in their 16-bathroom mansion, echoing their own self-importance. Speaking of that mansion, let's talk about the sheer irony of these two preaching about global warming while flying around the world on private jets. It's like watching a vegan wearing a fur coat while eating a steak. The hypocrisy is so thick you could cut it with a knife. And don't get me started on their constant cries for privacy. They demand to be left alone yet can't stop oversharing every detail of their lives. They've done more tell-all interviews than daytime talk show hosts, written books that spill royal secrets as if it's going out of style, and launched podcasts that are essentially hour-long therapy sessions for the masses. It's like they're playing a twisted game of privacy chicken, seeing how much they can reveal while still claiming to be hounded by the media. But here's the real kicker: despite all this, they still cling to their royal titles as if their lives depend on it. After all, who would pay attention to plain old Harry and Meghan? It's impressive how they've turned victimhood into a full-time career, with more sob stories than a daytime soap opera. And whether we like it or not, these two are still representing the UK on the world stage. It's like sending the class troublemakers on a field trip and expecting them to behave. With all the issues already facing the UK, Harry and Meghan somehow make everything else look like minor hiccups. But for all their faults, I don't wish them harm. They didn't choose to be born into this circus, especially Harry. Yet they can't have it both ways. They can't cry about safety in the UK, while jetting off to places that make London's mean streets look like Disneyland. And if they're truly concerned about safety, maybe it's time to lay low for a while and embrace that privacy they keep talking about. But no, that would be too simple. Instead, they're choosing to parade around the globe like some sort of royal Bonnie and Clyde, leaving a trail of baffled onlookers in their wake. It's almost as if they're addicted to the drama. They claim to want peace and quiet, yet their actions scream, "Look at us. Pay attention to us. We're still relevant, we swear." It's exhausting just watching from the sidelines. I can't imagine how tired they must be from all this attention-seeking behavior. But maybe we're the real fools here. Perhaps we're playing right into their hands by giving them the attention they crave. It's like feeding a stray cat. The more you do it, the more it keeps coming back. So here's a thought: what if we all just stopped? What if we collectively decided to ignore their antics and focus on people who are actually making a positive difference in the world instead of professional complainers? But let's be real, we're too invested in this soap opera now. It's like a car crash. We know we shouldn't look, but we can't help ourselves. As Harry and Meghan embark on their latest adventure in Colombia, let's all take a moment to reflect on the absurdity of it all. Picture them in their designer casual wear, strolling through Bogota, flanked by security guards, looking as out of place as penguins in the Sahara. They'll probably make some grand speeches about equality and saving the planet, all while standing in front of people struggling to survive on a few dollars a day. And let's not forget Meghan, who will likely showcase her acting skills by shedding a perfectly timed tear or two, as if she's had some profound realization. Meanwhile, the Colombian people will go about their day, dealing with real problems and wondering why these strange foreigners are making such a fuss. It's almost poetic in its ridiculousness, two people with more privilege than most of us could ever dream of, who've convinced themselves and many others that they're the victims. It's like watching a billionaire complain about the rising cost of caviar while standing in front of a food bank. But maybe Harry and Meghan are the perfect representatives of our current cultural moment. In an era of fake news, social media echo chambers, and reality TV presidents, perhaps these two are the royal family we deserve, a mirror reflecting our own obsessions with celebrity and drama. So as they set off on their latest adventure, let's raise a glass to Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Delusion. May their journey be safe, their photo ops plentiful, and may they finally find whatever it is they're looking for, be it peace, purpose, or just another chance to complain on camera. To the people of Colombia, all I can say is this: I'm sorry, you don't deserve this, but look on the bright side. When Harry and Meghan leave, you can go back to dealing with your real problems instead of this circus. As for the rest of us, we'll just have to wait for the next chapter in this never-ending saga. Will Harry and Meghan find enlightenment in the streets of Bogota? Will they finally relinquish their titles and embrace life as ordinary multimillionaires? Or will they continue this bizarre journey, forever searching for the validation and adoration they claim not to want? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure: it's going to be one hell of a ride. So buckle up, grab your popcorn, and get ready for the next episode of The Real Housewives of Windsor Colombia edition. It's going to be a doozy. And remember, in the grand scheme of things, this is all just a ridiculous distraction from the real issues facing our world. But hey, sometimes we need a little absurdity to cope with reality. So let's enjoy this royal train wreck for what it is: pure, unadulterated entertainment. Just don't forget to come up for air every now and then, and remember that there's a real world out there with real problems. Who knows? Maybe one day Harry and Meghan will realize that too, but I wouldn't hold my breath if I were you. So there you have it, my friends, the latest chapter in the Harry and Meghan saga, served up with a healthy dose of sarcasm and a side of exasperation. It's been a wild ride, hasn't it? But don't worry, I'm sure there's plenty more where that came from. These two seem to have an endless supply of drama, and let's face it, we're all here for it, whether we want to admit it or not. Until then, stay tuned for more shocking stories and scandalous exposes on our channel. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated on the latest from the world of the royal family. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again with more fascinating news about the royals. Bye for now.